Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a story time video how I robbed a 7-Eleven. So today I wanted to do a story time video, my very first story time video, how I robbed a 7-Eleven. And if you don't know what a 7-Eleven is, it's a convenience store, like a gas station. And I invited my mom to go to the store because I had to go to the store. I asked her if she wanted a drink for going with me, and she's like, yeah. So we go to 7-Eleven, and I walk in the store. Nobody's really in there. It's calm, it's quiet. I go get my drink, grab some chips, and go to the register. The 7-Eleven phone rings, and I'm at the register, and the lady looks at me, the cashier, and she's like,
the phone's for you.
And here I'm thinking it's my boyfriend or my mom's husband, something happened, because we're always at 7-Eleven, so they know where we would be. And when I got on the phone, this guy's like, it's the president, I'm from corporate, my name is so-and-so, I forgot what he said. He's like, my name is so-and-so, and I just wanted to tell you, you're the millionth customer. And I'm like freaking out, and I'm looking at the cashier, and she doesn't know what's going on. He's like telling me all this stuff, that I'm this millionth customer, that I won a 90-second shopping spree through the whole store. The only thing it excluded was alcohol and cigarettes. And I'm like, still looking at the cashier like, is this a prank? Are you in on it? Like, I'm standing there for a second, and I'm like trying to process all of this. He's like, let me talk to the cashier. So I'm like, okay. So I give the phone to the cashier, and she's all like asking the guy like his name and where he's from, and I guess he's telling her. And all she kept saying was like, okay, I don't want to get in trouble. So she hands me back the phone, and the guy's like,
okay, you have 90 seconds to shop through the whole store. Your time starts now.
So I look at the cashier, and I'm like, should I go? What should I do? And she's like,
go get some stuff.
So I'm running through the whole store like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm still in shock. I'm grabbing chips. I'm grabbing candy. I'm just grabbing it all and throwing it on the register. At this point, I'm still looking at her like, did that really just happen? She's still on the phone with this guy, and the guy's like, let me speak back to the girl, meaning me. So I get on the phone again, and he's all like, did you shop? And I was like, yeah. So he asked for my name. He didn't ask for my name in the beginning. He asked for my name and number, so I gave him my name and number, and he's all like,
oh, we wanted to get your consent to be on in a commercial. And
I'm like, okay. And then he's all like,
the commercial's gonna air during the Super Bowl.
I'm like, okay. And then I at this point, I'm asking him like, is this real? So he tells me that the commercial's gonna be aired during the Super Bowl, and I'm like freaking out because I'm like, I looked raggedy that day. I had on some running shoes, some shorts that didn't match my running shoes, a shirt that had stains on it. Like, I was just running to the store really quick, and that happened to be the day. And the guy's like,
okay, we're gonna get a hold of you. We need to get a consent from you for the commercial.
And I'm like, okay. So then I give the cashier back the phone. They exchange a few words, and they're like,
we've never had this happen before. This is crazy.
And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, do you want me to leave my name and number just in case something happens?
No, it's okay. We got the guy's name. He's from corporate.
So I'm like, okay. I walk out of the store. Mouth is just like to the floor. And I'm like, Mom, you'll never guess what just happened to me. She's like,
what? You were taking forever in there.
And I was like, I know. We drove straight to the house because I wanted to tell my boyfriend what happened. So I come in the house, and I'm like, oh my God, Bear, you'll never know what happened. And I told him the whole story. And at first he's like,
that's really cool.
And he's like,
are they supposed to be calling you?
And I'm like, yes. I get a couple calls, but I missed them, but they were unknown. Like, I don't answer unknown. I thought it was a little weird that they were calling me unknown and not from like an 800 number. But at that time, I was still excited. My boyfriend starts researching like online, on YouTube, on Google, like millionth customer for 7-Eleven. So I get home that night, and he's all like,
I was researching and looking up stuff, and I haven't seen anything for the millionth customer for 7-Eleven.
And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like,
yeah, I haven't seen anything.
And I was like, okay. So I'm like, well, that's a little weird. Maybe it's something they're just doing and stuff like that. So that night we go to sleep. What happens the next morning? I get woken up by a phone call from my mom, and she's like,
oh my God, you'll never guess what happened.
And I'm like, what? She's like,
you know what happened at 7-Eleven yesterday?
I'm like, yeah. She's like,
that was a scam.
I'm like, what? She's like, yes, you were involved in a scam. Are you serious? Yeah, I just got a call from her friend that knows the people from 7-Eleven. They're getting the cops involved in all this crazy stuff. I start freaking out. I tell my boyfriend, I start crying because I'm like, oh my God, I've never ever been in trouble in my life. I'm gonna go to jail. So my boyfriend,
calm down, nothing's gonna happen.
And all this stuff. So I get a call from my mom's friend and they're like,
people from 7-Eleven want you to return the stuff.
And I'm like, that's fine, I'll return the stuff. I need to speak to someone from there. So I was super nervous about going in and speaking to her because I didn't want her to think that I was involved in this scam. And I spoke to the girl and let her know what happened. She was asking me exactly what happened that day, what was going on. She's like,
I just wanted to get your story and to see if it matched with the girls that were working.
I wouldn't want you guys to think that I was involved in that. And I'm like, if I ever did something like that, I sure wouldn't be at a store that I go to every single day. Like, I didn't have no mask on or nothing. Like, I would never do that. Never been involved in something like that. It was scary. I really believe that I was the millionth customer for 7-Eleven. And no, I wasn't. I was involved in a scam. Now that I look back on the story and rethink everything that was going on and listening to the guy on the phone, none of it makes sense now. And I feel really, really stupid for it. And as far as I know, they never figured out or found out who was the person on the other side of the phone line. It's really scary, you know, like I said, I could have went to jail for something I had nothing to do with. Now that I think about it, when I was talking to the girl at 7-Eleven, the manager, she's like,
well, if we really did have a millionth customer, we would have had probably like a news crew and like an actual person in person doing it.
And I was just like,
duh.
Like, that makes way more sense. Make sure if you guys like this video, you give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked it, and I'll give you some more story time videos. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.